And Capitol Police now say 4 people are dead after yesterday's siege. Those include 3 medical emergencies and 1 woman who was shot inside the Capitol building. White House correspondent Rachel Scott was there, and she joins us live now. Rachel, good morning. I know we're just learning that woman's identity. Well, what do we know overall about these deaths right now?
Yeah, sources close to law enforcement and with the police department here in D.C. Have told us that her name was Ashley Babbitt. Now, some reports out there say that she was an Air Force veteran, that she was a big supporter of the president. We know that she was shot inside of the U.S. Capitol. Police have confirmed that she was part of that group that broke into the Capitol, took it under siege. And I was there. I watched not too far from here as she was rushed out on a stretcher. We saw that she was badly injured. We saw the blood gushing from an area close to her neck, and we were waiting to see what her condition was, only to learn later that she had passed away. It took hours, Diane, for this to get under control here. We were out here from the beginning of the day watching as many of the president's supporters rallied here. Police were completely overwhelmed as they stormed the Capitol, and it wasn't until later, until the National Guard arrived on scene, until the FBI arrived on scene, that they got this situation under control and got the U.S. Capitol secure, Diane.
And Rachel, I know you were there in the morning. It just looked like a protest, a normal gathering. At what point did you realize that something else was amiss?
As soon as the president stopped speaking, as soon as his remarks ended. So I was exactly standing where we were when the president was speaking. I was listening to his remarks in my ear, in my IFB. And we walked over to the front of the where the Capitol was, facing the White House, and we just saw thousands of people marching towards this area. And at first it stayed calm, and then we saw a rush of them just storm up the steps, climb the scaffolding where Joe Biden will be inaugurated as the next president of the United States. And then came the smashing in of the windows. We heard the chants of "Fight for Trump" inside. Lawmakers were huddled under their desks during those moments in fear, and we saw them just rush in. We got to talk to a few people yesterday who were leaving here. They said they felt like great patriots, as the president called them. But this was definitely a riot. It was a tense scene yesterday. And again, there's just so many questions on how the U.S. Capitol was left so vulnerable, to the point where thousands of people were able to rush from all sides, break in, and storm the Senate floor, Diane.
And Rachel, you've been reporting on politics a long time now. What went through your head as you were witnessing this?
Well, listen, I have been out here in the streets of Washington all summer reporting on the protests over racial violence in this country. And I immediately thought back to when I was just outside of the White House, when the president decided to take that walk over to St. John's. And I watched as peaceful demonstrators protesting police brutality, of Black lives being taken by the hands of police, had their hands up. They were pushed, they were shoved, there were chemical agents that were fired on them. There was such a large police and military presence during that time, during the summer of racial unrest. Yesterday, we saw none of that. We knew thousands of people were coming to Washington, D.C. We knew that the president was pushing these false claims of a rigged election, telling his people to stand by him for this fight. And police here, they were not ready for this. It was very clear. We did not see the level of military presence or police presence that we saw during the Black Lives Matter protests during this summer. And that is what I immediately thought of as I saw all the mayhem, the frenzy, and the chaos unfold right here on the steps of the U.S. Capitol, something that we just simply have never seen before.
And we will certainly be digging further into those questions in the days and weeks to come. Rachel Scott, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.